Welcome back into a Medieval Dynasty. I'm Thunder, and we're still plodding along. As you can see, we're a little bit dirty. Been doing a little bit of work. I've got some bits and pieces, but I haven't handed in any of those quests yet, so we are still at one building. 1 out of 1. So we better go and hand those few bits and pieces in. Let's just jump back into first person. There we go. So I've got a few logs and rocks and whatnot, and over there I've got a few berries sitting on the ground. I did go and get a few more seeds and manure, so we're up to, I think I got an extra 25, so we're up to about like 40 in there now. And I did run along and grab those seeds for that dude in that town over there, so once we go for a bit of a dip here and wash ourselves, we can head on over to that town, hand that quest in, get a little bit more rep, and then head on over to Gustovia, see Unagost, and try and get our building limit increased, because hopefully I want to try and get our first resident today. And, well, we need a house and a job, so we better not disappoint there. So, look at that, some rocks and some sticks. You know what that means. A few knives on the way, as always. So, I don't want to do too many. Don't want to take up all of our time. Well, some more berries over this side. Excellent. I'll come back for those. Hopefully before the season ends I can get another pile over there, but we've got about 500 or so, so that's roughly about 50 fertilizer, roughly, and that's a good savings into our pocket rather than theirs. Grab a few more sticks so we can make a few knives. There we go. Yeah, I know, I shouldn't be this greedy, but hey. You need as much money as you can later on, considering donkeys are like 3 grand, so definitely need a few coins in our purse for that. I thought that was some nightshade then, but no. You can find nightshade and stuff like that, which is good for making poisoned arrows. So when you do hit something a bit bigger, the arrow doesn't take down straight away. You can wear it down a little quicker with some poison in its system. Grab a few more of these. All right, Funda, that's enough. Make your knives, and we'll do 5. That's 100 or so coins. That's enough, I guess. Don't want to be too greedy in this game. And there we go. Alright, let's run off to this town. Stop looking at those things on the ground, Funder. We don't need them straight away. Pretty sure that's Gustovia just there. So that means it's just over here. There we go. So we need to find our person for the quest. And where are you? A little bit of stamina build back up. You should be somebody I can sell to. Peeking through the window. There we go.
Be welcomed. My
No,
wares
you'd be welcome.
never disappoint.
They did last time. We got 20 knives. There we go. 400 coins. That's why I always like to make a few knives wherever I go. Always helps out. Alrighty, now, who had the quest? Was it this guy? Yes. There we go. What do we get? Thank you. Awesome. I didn't see what that was. I was too busy looking at the next line. So once I look at the video, I'll know what it was. Or you can chuck it down the bottom for me and let me know what the reward was, because I didn't see it. Alright, what do we got here? Good at production. You could be a good hit. Lotomir. Let's go over to Gustovia first, though. We do need to get our building limit increased. So, chapter 1, a new beginning, we need to craft a wooden hammer and cut some more trees down, so we'll definitely be crafting another wooden hammer after too long, because they don't last very long. As you can see, I've built my house and it's nearly broken, so we've got a few to get through. Okay, I need a couple of stones so I can make my axe as well. I broke it. And I believe it's 10 sticks, so I'll get those. They're hard to get. There we go. I'll get some more over there. Keep making our way there, so it's always in the direction of where we're going. And it should be just over there. Through the fog. Let's see. Oh, we got enough for the axe, so we may as well make that while we're here. There we go. I don't believe this stuff respawns, but yeah, nothing in there. It's always good to check. I did find a copper knife on one while I was on my travels, so that's always handy. And this is a very good welcomed addition. He travels to all the different towns for you, so you pay him a good hefty sum though, but he'll take you straight to another town so you don't have to run there. Alright, catch our breath and we'll see what these lovely people have. Hopefully she's got a high excavation or extraction skill, which is the first one, so... 2. She's good at hunting, she's good at production. He's really good at extraction, so he might be the way to go. And he's really good at extraction as well. He's probably going to be a bit better because he has production there as well, so... Yeah. Alright, where are you, Unigost? Oh, hello, Alwyn. How you doing, buddy? We should start his quest line very soon, but we need Unigost to start with. And... Where is he? This guy just wants something, does he? Yeah, he does. What does he need? Only management of the craft gives me an axe. I can do that. I just made one, so you can have that. I haven't even used it yet. Here's the axe. And we get more dynasty rep. Perfect. Guess I gotta make a new axe now. Alright, let's go find Unigost. Where are you, buddy? That's Alwyn, I believe. Let's go to our journal. Well, we don't have it, but we did. That's interesting. Let me see if I can find Unigost. Or do I need to do this stuff with the other quest first? I'll cut down the trees and I'll make another hammer and see what happens. Alright, let's make the hammer. Then I just need to cut down one more tree. And we'll see if that helps with the dynasty rep. Hopefully it doesn't need me to build a house, because I've already done that. It's going to be a bit hard for me to do that to progress the quest, isn't it? There we go. Right, now we can talk to Dobronig. Excellent. So we just needed to finish that little tiny bit off. Excellent. We know how to build. We've done that already. Does that increase it already? Yeah, we can go up to 5 buildings now, so that's perfect. And as you can see, there were a few bits and pieces off to the side there from me gathering things. It did increase some of our skills, so we did get some farming skills. So I've got the skilled farmer, which is additional. I'm going to chuck 2 more into that. So we've got a 100% chance now to get additional crops. So that's going to be awesome. Oh, I think we'd had some survival skills as well. So survivalist, 10% lower loss, headstrong, 25% alcohol resistance, faster movement in water. Poisoning resistance will probably be a good one there. Insensitive, we'll do that twice. And now we're fully maxed out. We've got a 6-degree temperature difference there. And knowledge, handyman, insulation, I think we'll do that one. That will let us do daub or limestone on stone. And what are we going to do with the next one? Cooking expert. Let's do that. 10% faster experience gain with cooking. So let's go find Dobroniga. She should be in the inn down here. There we go. Hi, you're Dobroniga, right? Nice to meet you. I'm Erasimi. That's right. Nice to meet you too, Erasimi. What brings you to me? Unigost told me that you can fix me up with some food. I haven't eaten a proper meal in weeks. Well, it depends what proper means to you, but I can offer you something warm and filling. Haha, that sounds more than amazing. There you go. Some nice porridge. Now tell me something about yourself. How do you know my husband? There's nothing much to say, really. I've just arrived at the valley looking for my Uncle Jordan. Didn't expect to be done searching so quickly, to be honest. Ah, yes, he was Unigost's friend. I remember now hearing that he had eyes just like yours. I'm sorry for your loss. That's okay. I don't even remember him, really. Most that I know about him is from my mother's stories. She always looked up to her big brother. Loved him furiously, even when he stopped visiting. A lot of people did, from what I've heard. There was something special about him. Yeah, tough shoes to fill, huh? The only shoes you need to worry about filling are your own. Every man is the architect of his own fortune. Wise words there, Dobroniga. Thank you for saying that. It's what I needed to hear. But let's not talk about me anymore. What's your story? I was part of a travelling band of troubadours. Never managed to learn how to play any instrument, but I was pretty damn decent with my singing. Our travels brought us to the valley not long after the death of your uncle. I still remember seeing Unagos for the first time. He had so much sadness in his eyes. Jordan wasn't just his friend of his, he was part of him. The band left a few days later. I stayed. There was something in Unagos' presence, but I simply knew my place was by his side. You probably noticed the age difference. No, not really. What? Are you implying that I look old? Nothing of the sorts. Anyway, so it looks like you were anchored here by love. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, you could call it that. Or blindness, or stupidity, poor judgment maybe. Whatever sounds best to you. Pretend all you like. You fell hard for the grandpa with sad eyes and you know it. I did. He annoys me sometimes like nobody else. Yet I can't imagine breathing without him now. Don't let me go all soft on you. You surely got some place to go. It was a pleasure talking with you, Dobroniga. Every second of it. Here, I know it's not much, but it will come in handy when starting a new life. Everything costs coins these days. Really appreciate that. I'm not looking for charity. I'll manage. Oh, come on, don't be a hero. Man. Alright, do something for me then. It won't be a handout, just your first pay. That I can agree on. What do you need? There's a farmer in the village called Jaragniwa. She usually supplies the tavern with rye, but I haven't got anything from her in a while. My stock is almost gone, and you don't even want to imagine what would happen to these people if we run out of beer. Ooh, yeah. Consider it done. Oh, speaking of beer, Unagos asked me to grab a couple for us. Of course, here you go. Great, thank you. He promised to tell me some stories about Jordan. I see. Well, in that case, thank you. There we go. A little bit more dynasty rep. We got a little bit of food to scoff down. Let's jump into there and grab some porridge. Yum, that gave me some massive amount of food. And let's go to Unagos and give him some beer. He should be not too far away. Can I drink out of this well? I can't. That's a bit rude. Where are you, Unagos? Oh, you're all the way down here. Sheesh. Alrighty. Hey, Unagos. You're looking at the proud house owner from the valley, and I'm back bearing beers. A job well done indeed. Alright. Let me wet my throat with this amber goodness and start reminiscing. I knew Jordan for 22 years before he died. He was my best and truest friend. A brother, actually. I remember the day we met as if it was yesterday. I was 25 at the time, living in the big city of Jallenberg, where I was born. You could say I hated that place. But still, it was the... Hello? Being a bit nosy there, aren't you? Unagos trying to talk to me and you're kind of butting in. But it was still the only home I ever knew. Maybe someday I'll tell you more about that. Anyway, I was forced to take care of my own, so I did. Doing the only thing I could do. Stealing. You were a thief? I was. And a bloody good one, if I might say. Picking pockets was my bread and butter. I could steal a piece of steak right from your fork and you wouldn't even notice. It wasn't greed that motivated me, just survival. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy the process. Stealing is a crime, no matter the motivation. I'd say you'll want to wait to hear a bit more before getting all high and mighty on me. I'm sorry, go on. We had an annual festival at Jallenberg. I always brought a whole bunch of outsiders to town. You can imagine what that meant for a man in my profession. I could do a day's worth of work in a matter of minutes. I grabbed a few coins here and there, some jewellery, a pair of new boots, and then I saw a nobleman with a money bag strapped to his belt. It was basically begging to be set free. I sneaked in behind him in the crowd like I did 1,000 times before. Child's play. I gently grabbed the pouch, did a little shimmy magic with it, and there it was, sitting neatly in my palm. Just needed to turn around and disappear like always. And then, wham! What happened? I was punched in the face by what felt like a bull, and I was so shocked I didn't even realise what happened until I hit the ground. My head was pounding, I could barely see straight. Do you know what the first thing I saw next? Another blow coming? Ah, no, a smile. A big, radiant smile on the face of the man with two different eyes. It was your Uncle Jordan, the one I took for a nobleman. He stuck his hand out, helped me to get up, and offered me a beer. Wait, he did realise you were trying to rob him, right? Of course he did. I don't get it. That's just how Jordan was. You see, your uncle was deadly clever. Smartest man I've ever known, hands down. You could see the world like nobody else, predict things. He was always at least a dozen steps ahead of anyone else. So, on a rare occasion that somebody surprised him, he was intrigued. And he wasn't expecting you. Indeed. Apparently, even despite my failure, I was still the one that came the closest to robbing him, and he liked that. So I'm guessing you accepted his invitation, right? I didn't really have a choice, did I? I was terrified of the guy at that moment, so we went. He took me to the most expensive and most crowded tavern in the whole town. Remembered that it was the day of the festival. Entering that place was next to impossible. He didn't seem to care, though. In a matter of seconds, we were sitting at the table being serviced by 2 barmaids at the same time. It was surreal. In my mind, there was only one explanation. He owned the place. And did he? Not at all. It was his first time in Yollenberg. It all felt like a dream, to be honest, especially with me still being dazed after the punch. I was still sure he was a nobleman, his manners, his clothes, the way he talked and moved. And then he chugged a beer like it was a race, wiped the face with a sleeve and burped like a drum. He went from the lord to the savage like that. I relived that moment a dozen times until I realised why he did that. It wasn't a mistake. Oh no. No laziness, no moment of weakness. He wanted me to see it, to understand it. Understand what? That he was full of crap. You see, Rasimir, your uncle was one of a kind. He was a true master of arms, and his weapon of choice was his confidence. What does that even mean? Imagine a closed door with 2 armed guards at its side, and you want what's inside. What are your options? You can force yourself in, bribe the guards, try to pick a lock, but Jord? He just holds his head up high, walks right in, and demands the door to be opened. You were right, that sounds surreal. I never knew that about my uncle. My mother's stories were quite different. Because I'm afraid she knew a quite different Jordan than me, than everybody in the pack. Wait, the pack? Oh dear, Rasimir, there is so much more you still don't know. Our story hasn't even really begun, but it is getting late. Come on, you can't just leave me hanging like that. Alright, I'm going to tell you a bit more. After that beer we had a couple more. Then some mead, if I remember correctly. We were talking about our past, our dreams, convictions. Started making some drunken, absurd plans. I thought we were joking, to be honest. The next thing I remember was waking up in silk sheets. I'm guessing they weren't yours, correct? Are you kidding? It was the first time I'd even touched fabric like that. The ceiling in the chamber was so high I could fit a giant. I thought I was dreaming. Then the servants walked in. I was ready to flee, but instead of fighting me, they presented me with breakfast. Really? How come? It was all Jordan's doing. I never found out how he managed to pull it off. Whenever I asked, he just burst into laughter, even years after. Needless to say, I left Yollenberg with him on that day. The first time I went outside of the town's walls, and never came back. That was the day the pack was born. And 3 years later, there were 5 of us. A real team. A family. We called ourselves the Reminders. Oh, how I wish I could be there. It all sounds incredible. I've never had adventures like that, and probably never will. Easy, my boy. It wasn't always fun and lovely. But it's a tale for another time. It really did get late, and I'm sure you still have a lot of work to do. Come and phone me tomorrow. We'll talk some more. I'll do that. Thank you, Unigost, for everything. Alright, there we go. Now we can head on over to our new settlement and start building, as we now have 5 buildings, and we need to get a house and a job. So I want to get a woodshed, so we can get someone starting to cut wood for us. And I do want to get the extraction shed, but I'm pretty sure that's a fair way down in the tech tree. Where are we at? We have the resource storage, so I want to get a storage shed as well. And what have we got? Excavation shed. Yeah, we've still got a long way to go yet with our technology. So we're only at 62 points, got to get all the way up to 500. So, but the extraction shed is what I want to get, and that will give us the ability to get our people to auto gather stones and clay for us, which is going to be a big help. Take a massive couple of things off our plate for us, especially with winter coming. Yes, the Starks are always right in the end. We kind of need some insulation or a lot of firewood, and we'll probably spend a little bit of time getting some firewood up and running. Make sure anybody that's with us has got some wood to burn. But we don't need a great deal. I'll grab some berries on our way back and just chuck them off at the ground as well. Always get some free fertilizer when you can, save money, and you can buy more furniture to make your citizens happier and more productive. And yeah, grab these and I'll meet you back at the base camp. Alright, there we are. Let's have a look what building I want to chuck some storage here. Do we have? We have the resource storage shed, which I wanted to chuck here somewhere. How can we get it in there? There's a stump there. So let me get rid of that stump. The others look like it. Excellent. Alright, let's see how we go about getting that in there. If I turn it this way, I sort of want the ground a little closer. Bit icky on that hill. What about over here? Still up on stilts, isn't it? And there further. What about if I put it over here? I was going to put the barn over here. I might be able to put this here instead. Oh well, there we go. So, storage shed there. I'll put the barn over here. Don't know if I've got access to the barn yet. Do I? Got the workshop. Might be under farming. Do have the access to the barn. Excellent. Do I want that? No, I want the production, and I want the... Not the kitchen. Where's the wood shed? It's under extraction. What am I doing? Woodshed. I need more building. Okay, I guess we'll get the well. We can chuck that just here. Actually, that can go over the road. I'm going to put more of our buildings over here, so... Let's grab a couple more logs. There we go. Get this built. And then we'll get a couple more houses in. Hopefully by then we can race over and grab our person, but it doesn't look like we'll have enough time this season, so next season it is. I did grab a heap of straw earlier as well, so I've been carrying that around, but need a few more logs and then this should be done. So let's grab that. There we go. Well is done. We can take a drink straight out of it. Ta-da! Alright, let's chuck another house in here. And I like that. Okay, we got some stones over here. And pretty much weight us down. Excellent. I'll get this down, build another house. And hopefully we'll get a new building after this one's done. There we go, grab some more logs. Here's some I prepared earlier. Alright, let's hook in. I did get a whole heap of sticks too, so I've got some on the ground just over there. Well, I wouldn't say a whole heap, but quite a few. So let's get those in as well while we wait. Not too many more to go, and we'll have our second house, and we can get another person. We can get a third if we romance someone, because she can come and live with us. And we can always be a happy couple arranger and get the opposite sex to come and live in this house. So if we get that guy from the first town, we can always get another lady to join him in this house, but they don't for some reason like you to pair up same sexes yet. Maybe because it's medieval times and they're all dicks, but anyway, you never know. Alright, gotta hurry, we're running out of time before it'll automatically just throw me into the next season. So that's done, we need logs. Okay, I don't think we're going to get it today. I was hoping I would, but I didn't have enough logs. I don't think we'll have enough time to gather the 6 or so logs we need. I think it's going to automatically kick us out. What is the time? It's 9 o'clock at night. So that's going to sort of tick over very quickly. We'll run back and see if this is enough, but I don't like our chances. Run to the house. Hopefully we've got enough time. Well, definitely don't have enough now. That's alright. We'll go and have a kip, and we'll kick it into the next season, and we can do the rest in the daytime, where you guys can see as well. There we go. Welcome to summer. Ta-da! It's getting hot out here. Let's go cut down another tree and get the log we need to make our hammer. Or was it sticks? I think we needed sticks. Anyway, we are going to need another log. Or 700. Nope, I don't want to hoe it. Thank you. Alright, here we go. Tree. Sticks. Alright, now do we get our hammer? Yes. Now I think the sticks we dropped are just here. And we're heavy again. That's alright. We're not under a time constraint this time. But I do want to get up to that other town up there, and I believe there's a seamstress in one of them, which is there. And she sells backpacks. So if I can get one of those, it'll increase our weight carrying capacity. It'll make trips like this a little easier on us. Eventually. Come on, we can get there. Come on, buddy. Come on, Rasmi, you can do it. We need to chuck the hammer on, because it broke and we didn't have another one. Here we go. Nearly there, buddy. Nearly there. Let's chuck the sticks down. Oh, 1 log short. 2 logs short. That's alright. We've got a tree right there with our name on it. And this will give us the 2 logs we need. Well, 3 if we get the one out of the ground as well. Alright, let's run back. We'll finish that house off. And then we can have a look, see what other production buildings we've got. Once this kicks in. Come on. There we go. So, that gives us 4 out of 5 buildings done. What can we make to try and give them a job? Workshop? Not really. Smithy? Not really. Extraction, well, herbalist hut? Not really. I don't want that. That's not going to happen today. We don't have the farming building. Which, oh yeah, we do. Farm shed. We could chuck that down, I guess. What if we chuck that bad boy down? Put it down over here near the farms. It gets close, I reckon, right here. There we go. We'll go and get a few stones. And we'll get that in there as well. We need that up and running. Now that one's going to make us completely encumbered, so let's drop half of them. Alright, now we can get the foundation of this one done. Then we'll have to go on a tree chopping spree again. And ta-da! Awesome, we'll get that in. We'll chop this bad boy down. Alright, is there another log? No, there's this. So there's also plenty of flax as well, which we can harvest in a minute. Oh, I'll be 1 short. That's a shame. Look at all that field that we could still plant. That's a massive field. Happy with that. Never mind, thought I heard something. Must be hearing things. There we go, more logs. That should do us our next little part. And we're getting full again. Ugh, how I miss the days. In my other game I can carry like 25 logs easy. But not this one yet. Not yet. Soon though, hopefully. Where is the... what are we to get anyway? We've got... oh, we got the woodshed opened. Excellent. That'll be a better job for these people. And what else have we got over here? Herbalist hut, yeah. Hen house is open, we can do that. Smithy's open. Sewing hut's coming up soon, which would be good. We can do small backpacks when we get the sewing hut, but that doesn't give us much. But hey, start somewhere small. You never know, we might find a good one out in the open somewhere. Alright, let's get this little farmhouse up and running, and then we can build a woodshed. And someone can go and chop the wood down for us. Alright, here we go. A bit later on you can get some perks that actually open up the speed of this as well. So when you build one, it puts you in like a builder's trance, which increases your building speed by like 10-15%. Goes a lot faster. I miss it already. And nearly done. There we go. This one as well. Come on. There we go. So the farm shed's up and running, so we can chuck our sickle and all our seeds and stuff in there. Then we can farm over there, so that's good enough for me. And we want the wood shed, so we might chuck that one down here a bit. Let's have a look. Where do we want to put it? Extraction, woodshed. We can't do that yet. Damn it. We've got to talk to Unagos again. And we've got to set a rabbit trap. I believe it's in handcraft. No, it's in decorations, traps. Rabbit trap, we need sticks. Well, we know where there's plenty. Just here somewhere? There we go. So let's set a rabbit trap. And about there is good enough for me. And we need to craft a wooden spear, a stone knife, and hunt a wild animal. Well, that's a bit annoying. But we may as well do it, and then we'll progress and talk to Unagos as well. We'll try and build the shed there. So let me dump this off. I'll craft those things, and once I'm about to find a wild animal, I'll bring his back. I'm going to leave this episode here, ladies and gentlemen. If you've liked it, hit that like button. If you've really liked it, hit that subscribe button. And so you can see more content from me in the future. So until then, toodles.